Hey ladies, welcome to Soul Beauty Chat. My name is Fatima if you're new, and on this platform, channel, podcast, I help young women find their God-given purpose through faith and practical advice. So it is Thursday night. I'm just sitting in my room. I just had some tea. I did some scrolling on YouTube, watching Shameless Maya, discovering some new YouTubers as well. And I've just been sitting here thinking a lot about what it is that we tell ourselves that we want, manifestation and visualization. So I'm working with a client right now, coaching client, and we are focusing on the topic of manifestation right now. So I presented an idea to her that I'm really interested in sharing with you guys as well. This may be something that you're interested in trying. So I remember a few years ago when I was kind of in this whole shift of my life of deciding that, I knew that the typical 9 to 5 route at the time was not something that I was interested in, but I didn't necessarily know what or where to start with next. And I literally just lit an incense, by the way, because I just felt like the vibes were right for it. So I lit a candle and an incense at the moment. But I just remember being in this space and knowing that, okay, I don't want to be at the job that I was at currently. I was working as an office manager, and although it was an okay job, it was kind of boring, and I didn't really click with the people that I worked with, and I just knew that that wasn't for me. So I started thinking, okay, how can I adjust my life in a way that feels more genuine to me? And that came about in the form of blogging at the time. So I already had my personal blog for a really long time. And around that time, I decided to pick up more writing jobs with a website that I used to write beauty articles for. And I also started working on some other freelance jobs and contract jobs, just really putting myself out there doing something that I enjoyed at the moment, which was talking about beauty. So the more I did that, the more things shifted for me. And eventually I was able to leave that full-time job and support myself off of those freelance and contract and part-time jobs that I was doing. So during that shift, I remember making a vision board, and I made a vision board of certain things that I wanted in my life, certain experiences that I wanted to have. And although I love vision boards, I noticed that for me, they weren't the best tool because I was getting to a space where I was making vision boards, but I didn't feel like I was actually using them. And what do I mean by that? Like, I would actually make it, and then months later, I would find it kind of sitting in a corner, like covered behind something, and it was never something that I was actively using. So I decided to try something different, which was to write a day in the life type of narrative to myself about how my life will feel and look a few years from now. So in that note, I'm actually disappointed because I had to reset my entire phone, like factory reset it. So everything's gone. But I remember clearly what I wrote because it was that vivid, and I want you guys to try it. I'm going to share a little bit of what my kind of day-to-day, day in the life looked like, and then I'm going to share the exercise with you guys. So I remember that I wrote like wanting to wake up at my own pace without an alarm and being greeted by a beautiful sunrise from my home that was just a few feet from the beach. And I remember getting up out of bed, the sun is rising, and I get dressed, and the first thing that I do is go out for a run on the beach. And I'm running down the beach, and I see like an older couple holding hands, and I can hear the ocean, and I can hear the seagulls. And I'm explaining this now as if I'm literally reading something, because the way I wrote it, it was so descriptive that it is embedded in my brain. It is embedded almost like a memory, but it hasn't happened yet. But it feels so real to me because I wrote it out, and just simple things. I didn't write out, I want to achieve these goals. I want to achieve these I want to achieve these material items. It was more about how I wanted to feel. So I wanted to feel relaxed. I wanted to feel joy. I wanted to feel light and healthy. And those are some of the emotions that my story evoked. And I remember it extremely, extremely vividly. And in that note to myself, I talked about coming home after that walk and making a breakfast and working from home and helping clients and coaching and doing some of the things that I'm doing now, which is so crazy thinking about it. But it just feels so real to me. And I want you guys to try this experiment for yourself. So I actually created a manifestation audio guide and I shared it with my client that I'm working with, but I want to share it with you guys also. So if you're interested, there will be a link in the description of this podcast where you can check it out. But I'm going to break down for you quickly what it consists of, and then you can go and listen to it and try the exercise on your own. But basically, manifestation is the feeling that something is real. Like you're creating a reality in your mind. So your brain doesn't actually know the difference between if you're experiencing something or if you're just thinking about something. So, for example, I could sit here right now and think about something that could make me so sad that I could start crying, or I could watch something really emotional, like a movie or something, and I'll start bawling. And my body will signal, or my brain will signal my body to have a reaction as if I'm actually experiencing these emotions. But there's no way for your brain to actually tell whether or not, okay, this is actually happening in this moment, or this is just something that this person is thinking about. And that's the beauty in manifestation and visualizing, especially, is that by having such deep visualizations of what it is that you want, not what society tells you, not what social media tells you, not what your parents, or even just comparing yourself to other people who seem to be doing something cool. But when you really get in tune with what you want, you can start to figure out what it is that you need to do to make that a reality. But first, you have to start with what you want and figuring out why you want it. So, if this is something that you're interested in, I want to encourage you to head over to my website, fatimafarmer.com, and click on the tab that says resources, and you will be able to find the manifestation audio guide. So I hope that this is a blessing to you. I can't wait to continue this conversation. It's extremely interesting and powerful. And I've seen it happen in my own life. I've seen the way things have unfolded in my own life. I'm seeing it for the people around me, the people that I'm coaching. So I'm really excited about this. I'm really excited about helping all of the young women that may be listening, or men, that are interested in really creating the life of your dreams and living a life on purpose. So try out that exercise. Let me know how it goes for you, and I will talk to you very, very soon. Thank you once again for your time. If you're interested in learning more about me or any of the services that I offer, make sure you head over to my website, fatimafarmer.com. And while you're there, make sure you sign up for the freebie, which is a 5-day purpose prayer kit. This kit includes 5 days of scripture cards and a downloadable prayer that you can use to help you finally get clarity on your purpose. Thanks for watching.